Well, hello, my YouTube family. Happy afternoon. Listen, guys, I want to come to you this afternoon on some real live stuff. Like I said, this is about my story. How I've overcame some stuff and still overcoming, and getting better with it, right? I said to you on my previous video, oh my goodness, I'm hot, y'all, and it's hot where I'm at. Honey, sweetie pie, sugar plum, I'm in North Carolina. Point blank, simple, period. Okay? I ain't hiding from nobody. I ain't running from nobody. I'm in North Carolina, where I love it here. Okay? Wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. But I want to tell you a little bit about how I wound up in North Carolina from New York. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ham. Okay? Let me turn down this radio so you can hear me. At a point in time in my life, I was going through a lot, right? To some, it may not have been anything, but to me, it got pretty overwhelming, right? In short, let me tell you about how I got here, or why I got here. I always knew from years ago, that when time came for me to retire, I was moving south. Wasn't coming by myself, right? Okay, just thought I'd throw that out there. Me and my husband were gonna move to South Carolina or North Carolina, whichever one. My life was like just turned upside down. I didn't get it then. I pretty much get it now. My sister was sick. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. One of my best girlfriends had passed away from cancer. There was a little friction with me and my husband going on. My daughter was 6 months pregnant, and her landlord, they were renting, her and her husband and her kids, they were renting a home. And the landlord told them they had 90 days to leave because he sold the home. I took on all of that, right? So, in the process, I had a mild brain stroke, right? My light is always dimming. I don't know why. I had a mild brain stroke. So, after the mild brain stroke and all this other stuff, my daughter had to then, her and her family, move in with me. So, of course, it's going to be overwhelming. Now I got 4 kids, a husband, and her husband and her, right? It got overwhelming. Girlfriend started stressing. One thing led to another, and I'm not going to sit up here and tell y'all I'm saved and I'm sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, but I believe in God. Truly, honestly, okay? And I honestly feel that He came to me and said, Penny, it's time to go. When I tell you that I heard that voice, I heard Him tell me that, I couldn't get out of New York quick enough. I said to my daughter, it's time for me to go. I made moves, and that's the only people that knew who was in my home that I was leaving. I didn't tell family. I didn't tell friends. I kept it right there in-house. I got on a bus. I came to North Carolina. I signed a lease. No, forgive me. I filled out an application. I left a deposit. I went back to New York. They called me 3 days later, told me I was approved. I need A, B, and C. I faxed A, B, and C. Then they told me that I had a date to move in. I was ready. Mind you, I've never done this. I am somewhere where I came also where I have no friends, no family. I didn't know a soul here, but I knew I had to get out of that situation that I was in before I lose my mind, right? Okay. When I tell you manifesting what you want is amazing and it happens if you believe in it. Now, mind you, the complex that I'm in, I had been researching for 2 years prior to me coming. Every now and again, I'm not doing nothing. I get on Google and I pull up the apartment complex and I'm dissecting it. The pool, the this, the gym. I told the young lady where I wanted my apartment, in the middle of the complex. I wanted on the second floor. I wanted me a beautiful patio and and she gave it to me. Everything happened as I said, right? Okay, now I'm coming up to the day I'm moving. So my daughter decides to have, a little barbecue for me, right? Going away barbecue. And here is where I'm showing friends and family my complex, where I'm moving to. When I tell you mouths drop, like, are you serious? Are you really moving here? Who you know here? Nobody. I don't have a friend, but I knew it was destined for me to come here. And then, right then and there, I had to leave. I had to come. And you know what? Nobody couldn't understand it. And I was okay with it because it wasn't for everybody else. It was for me, right? When you think positive, positivity comes to you. When you think negative, that's what you get. You only get what you think. You only think what you bring on, right? Vision, mindset, everything was like falling into place for me. I was so grateful. Okay, here come the day I move. I got 4 bags, with handles, and one very large pulley suitcase, and one 42-inch screen TV. Me and that stuff got on a bus, and we drove 10 hours from New York to North Carolina. When that bus dropped me off here, it was like a sigh of relief. You hear me? When I tell you, it was like I left all of that on that bus, even though I left it in New York. But once I got off that bus, I knew it was real. There was no turning back. I was here to stay, right? But I was also in my head, because I hear people saying, let me back it up. Management called me and said, can you come before, let's say, the 15th? That was my date to move in. They asked me to come the 9th because the Hurricane Florence was coming, right? And is it Florence? I think it was. And it was going to wash out the highways, flooding, everything. And I was like, really? So that's what made me just pretty much rush and bring those 5 bags, because I wasn't bringing no furniture at that time. And I got to keep it 100 with you. I wasn't bringing no furniture. I was just coming to get settled, because I knew I had to come right then and there. So I was bringing what I could. So being that management called me, now I got to rush and come. I got off that bus. I got to this complex, which is gorgeous. I signed my lease. I paid my month's rent. I already paid my month's security prior. Honey, when I tell you I put my key in my door and I opened that door and I walked in, all I could do was hit my knees and cry. All I could do was cry and say, Lord, I'm here. You got me here. I couldn't believe I was here. You know what got me through? What song got me through? I've been trying to think of the name of the song for a while. Even logging on. Corinne Hawthorne. Won't he do it? Woo! When I tell you that song, I cried morning, noon, and night because I was confused in my own head trying to figure out if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Mind you, I had people saying, girl, you don't want to wait till after the storm passes and then go. And I'm like, no, management said I got to be there now. But let me tell you, everything happened for a reason. Do you know I got here September the 9th, next week will be 3 years I've been in North Carolina. Do you know that everything was flooded in North Carolina? I-40, I-95. You couldn't come through there with a tractor trailer. They said everybody stay home. Mind you, I have no vehicle. Okay? Let's rewind this a little further. I had no vehicle. I came to North Carolina with no family, no friends, no vehicle, right? But I knew it was destined for me to come. I got here. I landed safe and sound. So now I'm trying to get around with Ubers. Girl, and friends and family, the Ubers have stopped running, okay? Excuse me. Ubers couldn't run. They couldn't come through that. The governor of North Carolina ordered stay in. He ordered that everybody stay inside. Only come out if you have to. Jobs was closed down. Girl, my goodness. If I could tell you everything that was closed down, but look what I did. God is so good. God is so good. I tell anybody, he's so, and if you know him, you know he good. When I got here off the bus, I went to my apartment and I put down everything. I called the Uber. I went to Walmart, which is right around the corner from me. I went to Walmart, took an Uber, maybe $4 or $5. I went to Walmart. I got an airbed. I got pillows. I brought sheets and comforters with me. I got food. I have food, enough food, and I gotta be honest, that might have lasted about 3 weeks. I had enough food a little over a month. I spent about $600 and changed in Walmart. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And you were only allowed to get 2 cases of waters because they knew the hurricane was coming, but they had to have enough for, you know, everybody to get. What's this? When your mind is set to do something and you got people in the peanut gallery trying to tell you something different, don't let them deter you. Don't let them mess up your spot, okay? Because this is my spot. This is where I was supposed to be. Mind you, remember, I told you, I was casing this joint for 2 years. Along with a bunch of other complexes. But it was something about this one that stuck out. I'm in a gated community. It only goes up to 3 floors. I have claustrophobic, so I was kind of, you know, leery about elevators where I've already came from. I didn't want that again. I knew I didn't want what I had. I wanted something different and better. And in order for you to get different and better results, you have to put out different and better. You got to step out of your comfort zone. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody because you probably too are scared to step out of your comfort zone. This is not here for us to stay in forever. You got to get out. You got to explore. You got to move around. You can't stay there because you will not grow. You will not get the understanding and the way of life sitting there and not moving and not elevating. It won't happen. I've learned so much since I've been here. And I gotta be honest, where I was stuck. Ain't no shame in my game to say it. I was stuck. Because I was stuck all around the board. I was stuck all around the board. I was stuck in you know what? I was in my own way. How about that? I can't say it no better than that. I was in my own way. I thought if I did this would happen. I thought if I did that, that would happen. No, get out your way.